What's up, everybody? I'm the Mana Dork. I don't have a catchphrase, but what I do have is another standard 8 rare deck for you. And today we're playing Delirium based aggro. Now, Delirium's a mechanic from Duskmourn. Basically, what it says is if you have 4 or more card types in your graveyard, things with Delirium will do something extra. It doesn't care how many cards, it just matters how many types. So if you've got a land, an enchantment, a sorcery, and an instant, you've got it. It also doesn't, like I said, it doesn't care about the number of individual cards, so you can double up. So if you have an artifact creature, that can count as both your artifact and your creature. So we're going to start with our creatures for the deck. 4 copies of Patchwork Beastie from the new set. Green for a 3/3. At the beginning of our upkeep, we may mill a card. And he can't attack or block unless we've got Delirium. But 1 mana for a 3/3 is nothing to sneeze at. 3 copies of Fear of Missing Out. 1 in a red for a 2/3 enchantment creature nightmare. When it enters, discard and draw. And then Delirium, whenever he attacks for the first time each turn, if there are 4 or more card types in the graveyard, like all Delirium effects, we get to untap target creature, and there's an additional combat phase after this combat phase. You got 3 copies of Inti, Seneschal of the Sun, to help put things in the graveyard and help make our other guys a little bigger. Whoa. 4 copies of Yavimaya Iconoclast. 4 copies of Wildfire Wickerfolk from the new set. Red-green for a 3/2 artifact creature with haste. Delirium, he gets +1/+1 and trample. You got 2 copies of Fear of Being Hunted. 1 red-red for a 4/2 enchantment creature with haste that must be blocked if able. 2 copies of Balustrade Wurm. 3 green for a 5/5 worm. Can't be countered. It's got trample and haste. And then Delirium for 2 and 2 green, so 4 mana total. If he's in the graveyard, we can return him to play with a finality counter on him. Do that only as a sorcery. But he's going to give us a little, extra late game. As far as other spells in the deck, 2 copies of Monstrous Rage. 4 copies of Audacity, 4 copies of Seed of Hope, 2 copies of Beastie Beatdown, red-green, fight spell, but Delirium, we get to put 2 +1/+1 counters on our creature, and then it's bite instead of a fight, so it's just us dealing damage to them. And then 4 copies of Breakout, which is going to disappear. All right, but Breakout's going to, there it is up there. So this is going to let us not only make a dude on turn 2, it's going to give us a little bit of selection, setting up Fear of Missing Out or Inti or whoever we need, as well as being a sorcery to go into the graveyard to help with the Delirium. And you'll notice there's a lot of different card types amongst what's here, because we're going to try and get the Delirium as fast as possible. To fuel it all, we've got 8 mountains, 10 forest, 4 bristling backwoods, and that's the deck. All right, I'm going to go find an opponent. That'll give you a chance to find the like and subscribe. There's going to be no commentary during today's video, but I'm going to go find that opponent, and I will see you over there. And that's the deck. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. We wound up with an 8-6 record. We didn't have much problem with the one thing I was most worried about, which was whether or not we'd actually hit Delirium. As far as the actual cards, Fear of Being Hunted, I'm sure there's somebody else we could find instead. He was a body, but not much beyond that. He didn't, intertwine with anything else in a meaningful way. Beastie Beatdown didn't help as much as I thought it would. I think that maybe we would have been better served with a Witchstalker's Frenzy. And if I were to point out one other thing, we did have a few games where we were hosed on mana colors. So the first thing I would do if I were to increase the rare count on this deck would be adding some more flexibility to the land base. But like I said, overall I'm fairly happy with it. So if you're still here, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out and watch me play some games. Feel free to leave a comment if you like what you saw, or if there's anything you'd like to see me do differently. Don't forget to like the subscribe and button the smash, or whatever it is you do to show that you appreciate the video. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.